fucking horse.
Episode 42. Here we go. First one out. We ready?
Straight into it.
Straight into
kissing.
it. Straight in, no kissing. The old sink method. I stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Yes. I'm a walk for the forest. Just to get you the shade.
Is this Sean Connery?
Yeah, it was. So it must have been good if you knew it was. All right. If you could, would you ever go into space?
Nah. We talked about this with the submarine thing last episode where Scoot did in Sydney.
Yep.
I'm too claustrophobic. Like,
So if you had a chance to go to the space station, say, for a week?
Nah.
Nah, wouldn't do it?
I would happily gift it to you.
I don't think I'd do it.
No, your ears wouldn't handle it.
No, how about you? Would you do it? Like, could you actually see yourself?
I need to know some parameters. Like, am I guaranteed I'm not going to die and all that crap?
It's not. It's space. It's
no.
Is there a guarantee you won't die on the way to work tomorrow?
Just fine.
Why?
Is there a guarantee that's not going to stink?
That was last week I was fine.
That's like the feedback I got all week from the last episode.
That stinks.
I don't know. I don't have a desire to go to space.
Nothing. Would you? Do I reckon your dad would? Would he? Do you think he would?
Maybe.
I reckon he would.
I think. Yeah,
He'd
probably would.
He'd be absolutely enthralled with learning about the
Yeah.
science behind
Yeah, all
every
that.
bit of technology to get in
Wouldn't you
there
be
and stuff.
shitting yourself though? You just imagine sitting there looking up,
Sam smells like Scott's shitting himself right now.
and you're going straight up. Like, I don't know how
I
much
hate
they
that.
can see.
No.
I can't do like Terra or any of those rides.
No, I can do
anymore.
that.
Yeah. What would you, Benji? Would you go? Would you do it?
What's involved? Do I have to do anything? Like
No, you just say you go up.
Oh, okay. Because I can't even use cling wrap.
So you can't use what?
Cling wrap. So let alone flying
No,
around.
you're just a passenger.
I can't fucking use
Oh,
cling wrap. I'm
Yeah,
so
and not just
shit.
you know how they've got the Virgin plane where it drops and you go into.
Yeah,
that-
weightlessness. Yeah.
Yeah, so you not that. I mean, actually into
I'd love that
up
part.
into. Oh, would you?
Like the floating around. I'd love to just do that. I don't want
the weightlessness.
Yeah.
You can do that in centres
Where?
around the place.
Really?
They have that.
They've got the
Zero
iFly or
gravity
whatever it's
and
called.
stuff, yeah.
But that's like
Oh.
just air pushing you up, isn't it?
Yeah. You mean like the actual where they do the curve in the plane?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're in the plane and they do this massive curve and then there's like 3 minutes of weightlessness.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can go and do it.
On Earth.
Yes. It's
Yeah.
doable.
Well, it's not on Earth.
Our Earth.
Yeah, you're that far up in the atmosphere that
As
you.
opposed to the other.
No, it's not an atmospheric thing. It's the
It's
curve
just
of the plane. Yeah. So basically,
They've calculated.
Oh, do
you know that film clip for that OK Go band? I think it's called, and they're all in the planes around and stuff. Yeah, you can do it.
Yeah. No, I mean go up and spend a couple of days or a week on
Yeah.
on the.
I reckon my wife would.
You reckon she would?
Yeah, she's a bit of a thrill seeker. Like she loves that stuff, and to get the fuck away from me, I reckon.
Yeah, but I think if you imagine going up, out into but the coming back in is like the re-entry has to be.
Yeah.
Like,
Nah.
yeah.
Well, didn't
not
we
for
all
me.
say last week,
Can't even fucking get
2
on a
weeks
plane.
ago, we wouldn't do scuba diving?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Well, you know,
I struggle. I struggle with air travel. Like I'm not fucking going to the moon.
yeah. All right. What is one thing that you'll never do again?
That's a good question.
Oh,
Go on a
I
roller
got
coaster.
one. Scoot and I broke a Guinness World Record for the longest ever
All right.
darts
Darts.
marathon.
Yeah.
We went for what?
32 hours,
32 hours.
Hmm.
And it was fucked. It was so fucked. And what was most fucked about it wasn't the actual darts. It was getting the event sorted. So the options were you could pay thousands of dollars for Guinness to come out and adjudicate it.
Yep.
Or if you didn't want to pay that, you had to jump through all these hoops. We had to have medical staff there in 2-hour shifts.
Yep.
We had to have independent witnesses there, which meant none of them could know the four of us who were doing it.
Yep.
And do you know how hard it is to get somebody to want to watch you play darts at
And
2 a.m. when they don't know you? They did not want to do that.
Yeah.
But medical staff, so a nurse or a doctor there in 2-hour shifts.
Trying to figure out the camera to record the whole thing was a
Yeah,
bit tricky
it was just a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
I would never do it again. And so we broke the record, and then not long after, the people who we broke the record from, they broke it
Did
back
it
again.
again.
And
Yeah.
people always say to me, "Would you do it again?" Like, nah.
No.
You couldn't fucking get me to do it again. It was so painful.
Yeah. Mine's probably similar to what we talked about the last question, but skydiving.
You
I don't
wouldn't
think I
it
could do that again. No.
Is that because you've developed this flying.
I
thing,
think
or-
plus I've got kids now. I did that for my 30th, so that was a long time ago. So yeah, I don't think I could do it now because when it happened, I was just like, I don't know.
Was
I
it
was,
a surprise?
yeah, it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it was
Would
a surprise birthday
If it wasn't
present.
a surprise, would you have done it? Like, you know, if someone said, "Oh, I'm going to buy you a skydive for your birthday," when it's a surprise, it's dropped on you, and you've got no choice in the moment.
Yeah,
kind
I
of
think
thing.
I think probably
You're
back then I
asking him
would
if he
have.
wants it for his birthday, is it?
No, I'm telling you, I don't. Yeah, I'm telling you, I don't want to
Depends
do it
what
again.
you find
What
out
if
when
someone
it's-
had already paid for it and couldn't get a refund?
If I had to take one for the team, and probably marriage, I probably wouldn't do that again either. I don't think I'll ever. I don't think I'll get married again.
I was actually
Yeah.
going to say I wouldn't have a big wedding again.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
if I
If you had your time over, you wouldn't do it, or you would if you.
I wouldn't have
remarried.
a wedding like a traditional wedding. I'd have a party.
Yeah.
Like a big part. I'd have a lot of people, but not doing the whole thing where we're caring about flowers, we're caring
My
about
question,
dresses.
my question
all that shit,
is:
yeah.
Are you saying if you could go back and change it, you would, or are you saying if I had to do it again, I'd?
That
do it
is a deep
differently?
question.
Jesus. Let's move on then, Ben.
No,
not
that
the
gets
territory
into the
we-
definition of the definition of regret. Like I can't get my head around that. Defining regret, like most of the dumb shit I've done or mistakes I've made. When I think, would I go back and change them? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like it was an experience that contributed to some stuff that I don't know what would have changed, and I've learnt from it. Like
Tash and I always talk about our wedding. If we had it over again, we wouldn't. We did it in a church, mainly to tick the box for family. I wouldn't do that again. I would do something like on a beach or
beach wedding's good.
Would you get a fake tan again, or
I didn't get that. I tried. They tried to get me to get one, and I didn't get one. But I do still have the photo of Shane, one of my groomsmen, in the motel room the night before, wearing one of those paper G-bangers. And he came out. He looked proper like Gollum. Like, he was just gross.
I remember that KFC we had the night before too.
Yeah, that made me shit.
oh, your nerves?
Yeah, I reckon that's something I would do differently, but I don't know.
I would never do an eating competition again, like in terms of volume. I'd do a spicy competition,
one, yeah.
but I'm never doing like I've got to eat 2 kilos
Volume.
of fucking
No, I'd
something
do that again.
Yeah.
That was tough, the one we did. But
Yeah.
I'd have a crack at it again, just for a bit of fun.
You got anything, Benji? You wouldn't never do again?
Not really.
No.
No, I don't like. I'm kind of with you on that. I think it all some of its parts adds up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I've done some dumb shit, but
Yeah, I wouldn't take back any of the dumb shit.
It's weird, but then you wouldn't go do it tomorrow on purpose.
Yeah.
Like, why don't we? If by that logic, this is where I get confused. By that logic, why don't I go out tomorrow and do something really dumb just to educate myself? You know, if that's the justification why I'm not undoing the other stuff.
I think it's because I think back then, when we were doing dumb stuff, we didn't understand consequences. Whereas now we're older and we understand actions have consequences. So
It's
that's
like-
what we've learned.
It's like, okay, remember that, I hope none of these people are listening, but remember that band we joined, Ben, for like, over a year we were in that band, and neither of us really wanted to be in it. But we still did it.
just did the band.
Yeah, we did it every Monday night.
Yep.
And it was just, for me at the start, I was just like, yeah, look, I want to just keep practicing drums. It's a good
Good way to practice.
It's a good way
yeah.
to practice, blah, blah, blah.
How you do one thing is how you do everything, Scott.
Yes, exactly. But I guess I wouldn't take that back. Like, we've got some funny experiences
That's right. Yeah.
from that, like some
Yeah.
gold.
Yeah.
So mutual suffering, you know?
You know the turning point when I realized your heart just wasn't in it anymore?
My heart.
Yeah. When you had your spaghetti bolognese on the snare. Yeah.
You're just not using the snare.
Yeah. The rest of them were trying their hearts out. And Scott was like, eat this dinner. Like, you're playing the song. You're still doing the song.
Play the song.
Oh, I stood in one night, remember? I watched this one night. That was funny.
Did you ever perform?
No.
Oh, no.
No.
So what was the purpose of it?
They wanted to maybe one day perform, but they were kind of, yeah, anyway.
They're just using you for your studio.
But,
That was a good experience. It
but
was
yeah,
fun.
it's a good experience, but I'm not going out to do it again tomorrow.
No. We've learned some things.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, cool. Next
I
one.
won't keep going, but you get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
We know what you mean. Do you remember your first email address?
yeah.
Yeah, mine can't be repeated. Yeah. Nah, mine's been cancelled.
Oh, that
My
one.
Hotmail address. Yeah, it's been cancelled.
Give us a clue. See if we can.
It
Guess.
had to do with the car that got posted online.
Oh, the
So
pink.
Pink
The
something XL.
Pink something XL.
Was quite
which
derogatory at the time.
derogatory towards certain group
that
of
colour.
people.
Yeah, okay. All right, yeah.
We'll move on.
Benji, you remember yours?
I don't remember the actual email, but I remember it was at Aussie Mail.
Aussie Mail.
Yeah.
We were. My dad nearly went to jail because of Aussie Mail.
Oh, that's right.
We got into a
Was it
legal
them?
dispute.
Or was it, what's the one?
It was OneNet.
OneNet.
It wasn't Aussie Mail. It was OneNet. We moved on to Aussie Mail. Yeah, we got a bill from OneNet. This is when they charged you $5 an hour for the internet.
Yeah.
Like when the internet was first a thing.
I
the
love
dial.
the internet.
Yeah, right.
$5 an hour or something. But something happened with OneNet where we got charged like $2,500-$3,000 or something, and
Just someone left it running or something like that?
It
or-
wasn't even that. It was something on their end. It was a fault
Yeah.
on their
right.
end. And my dad stood firm. He was like, I will fucking go to jail before I pay that fucking invoice. And we fought this thing for months and months and months. And at the last minute, just before, and he was adamant, I'll go to jail. I'm not paying it. At the last minute, they said, we've made an error and we've deleted it.
Yeah,
We've
right.
deleted
Imagine
the
him
invoice.
having to tell the other prisoners
Inmates,
he
what are
was-
you in for? Yeah, I fucking murdered someone. What are you in for? Didn't want to pay me OneNet bill.
Too much internet. Yeah. Do you remember when it used to come on a floppy disk and it was like a free 10 hours or something?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you get that little disk, you're like, oh, this is gold.
Really?
Yeah.
And then you just keep recycling, get tons of them.
Yeah.
Aussie Mail.
Yeah, mine was. I reckon you can. Mine was a Hotmail address. I still got it actually. SDmain@hotmail.com. You send me some.
Send
mail?
him,
I
yeah,
don't really
Send him
check
some
it.
hate mail.
send him some dick
I don't
pics.
check it. Well, actually,
Send him any questions you've got about
His hat.
regret.
but I regret. I'd love to talk about regret a bit more, because I don't get it. I just can't. get my
we've
head-
moved on.
Yeah,
We're at the
I
next
can't get my
question.
head around it.
Don't do the same gag.
Like, is there anything I truly regret? I don't
Move
know.
on to the next gag.
The Hotmail. There's a very distinct window of time. You can age someone. If they got a Hotmail address, you know roughly when they were born.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know what they were, and I was travelling in '99.
You didn't know what email addresses were.
No, I didn't know what the email was.
Yeah.
And the email or the internet, I kind of knew.
Yeah.
But when I was travelling, and then I did 6 or 7 weeks in Paris and a bit of Europe, and then came home for a friend's wedding, and then the next day flew out to Hawaii for a convention. And after the convention in Hawaii, I went and did a USA Kentucky tour because I went through all the Memphis and New Orleans and all the blues music areas. Yeah. And I was traveling alone then, but by the end of the trip, everyone wants to keep in touch.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they're like, oh, what's your email address? I'm going, what's that?
Yeah.
I had no idea. I just had
You said
no
that
idea.
to me last week.
Yeah. But then,
really set the tone
then
for
I
your
set
life.
one up. I had to go down to, I was still living in Toowoomba at the time. Was it then? Yeah. I was just about to move to Brisbane in 99. But I went down, I had to go to an internet cafe and open up, and I think it was might have been a Hotmail in 99. Would that been
Yeah,
around then?
99 Hotmail was still reigning supreme.
Yeah. Yeah. And I actually got emails from people
Yeah.
that were on the tour. So,
Wasn't it
yeah.
a good time then? Like getting an email and like the forwards with a joke on it and stuff. And
Good times.
Well, when you-
Animated GIFs.
yeah.
You're watching the pictures load.
Yeah. Frustrating.
Just trying, all you want to do is see Pamela Anderson's tits.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't buffer now.
Yeah.
Fuck.
If she's on an angle, you just see one.
Just as your mum walks in.
Yeah.
Oh,
Straighten up, baby.
I know this isn't the segment for it, but Better Than Branson.
yep.
Can I just I'm willing to give this one away if someone can do it.
Right.
Don't you think there needs to be a thing? So just say, what's the situation? Just say we're all, you and a group of people at your kid's soccer game, the grand final of your kid's soccer game. Let's just say
Yep.
it's that. Or some music performance or some barbecue. You're at a barbecue or a 40th party or something like that.
Yep.
A lot of people are taking photos of the event.
Yep.
And we're all like, just say something happens, where like 16 of us are trying to take photo of the same thing.
Yep.
And you might have a better photo on it. Why haven't they solved it where there's a way for everyone to basically say, we're all at this event. This is a
Dump your photos.
group photo situation. So all the photos that get taken right now at this situation get put into a cloud drive somewhere,
Or an app or something.
or just they get linked to your Google Photos or linked to your Apple Photos or whatever.
The person hosting the party could have a thing that you scan on the way in.
Yeah, or someone can just start the group.
yeah.
You're just at the soccer thing, and everyone's taking photos. They go, "Oh, I'll just start a group." Text it around to the group
I
chat,
reckon
and
if
then
you
everyone's
scanned a QR code, which signed you up for the app, where you're just like, here's the group, bang, you drop them in here. God, that could be fraught with danger.
Yeah,
I know,
I
because if you forget to turn it off, and
What
then
we talked about in the last
Like,
episode.
Pity's question.
there would be some ways to deal with it, like location, and you can only authorize it for a certain amount of time or something like that. Or actually, what I would imagine is once you take your photos and you say, "Oh, it's 2 hours" or whatever, after 2 hours, it actually asks you. It says, "Hey, all your photos are taken. Do you want to send these to the thing?" And you approve them all, and it gets sent to the thing.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, it did work that.
It's
yeah.
a bit like Crowd DJ. I really like Crowd
Yeah.
DJ. Tash and I stayed at the casino down the Gold Coast a while back, and we were just by the pool all day.
Yep.
And just drinking cocktails and just laying there doing fuck all day.
Yeah.
And, no kids. I was just putting music up on the Crowd DJ all day.
Oh, yeah.
And it's so cool.
Yeah,
Like, just
that
being
sort
with
of
a bunch
thing.
of people. These guys put it on. They'd just mix up the music.
I think the key for this is it can't it'd be better if it wasn't an app everyone need to download. If it's piggybacked on an existing platform, like it's a WhatsApp something or it's a message or something. Facebook actually did something like this. I was banging on about it, and then they did it when I was really, really happy, and then they killed it. It was called Facebook Moments.
Yeah,
Does anyone
I
remember that?
Moments, yeah.
It just didn't get off the ground.
Oh.
But I think it does need to be piggybacked to an existing platform everyone's got.
Yeah.
So it's not a big hassle. It's just like, oh, remember to tag your photos, just send them up there. But
Yeah, Instagram Moments.
can someone do it?
When we were sharing that office at Chapel Hill, I came up with an app idea called Drop and Give Me 20.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Remember that? Yeah.
That was
great.
cool.
That was
yeah.
a cool idea.
So if you know someone's on a date or for a first
Well,
date,
the premise of it is that, what is the premise again?
you get a notification from
from a mate.
a mate or someone.
They can send it to you at any time, and you have to drop and give them 20. If
20
they do it.
push-ups. Yeah, you got to do 20 push-ups no matter what you're doing.
Yeah,
And
that's
they can
cool.
do it back to you,
Back to you
at any time.
Any time.
Yeah.
This is like, you know what this is like? One time Zach dropped his towel. I might have talked, this could be repeated content, but he dropped his towel in his bedroom floor after his shower.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, Zach, put your towel away. Like, he does this all the time.
Yeah.
Put your towel away. And then I felt sorry for him. I said, it's all right. I'll give you one free towel put away. And I picked it up. I was about to. He was like, no. I'll save that.
Oh
But, like,
really? I'll save it.
Yeah.
Little
And
turd.
then he got up and put it away. And now he has a free towel put away. And I've told him that no matter where in the world he is, at any stage in the future, if he's in London or something like that, he can dial me up and I've got to come and do it. There's a towel on the ground.
idea, yeah.
I've got to come
Why
put
do
it
you
away.
make your life so hard for yourself?
That's a great idea.
But has it worked in your favour where he puts it away religiously now because he doesn't want to accidentally waste it? Or is he still leaving it on the floor?
it's pretty clever, though.
It's a quick
I
answer.
think he's leaving it on the floor, but
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Next question. Out of the Fishy Bowl. What TV show would you like to be on? I'd like to be on 8 out of 10 Cats. Does Countdown.
Just so you can look at...
Well, that plus it's just a great show. It's a really
what's her
cool.
name?
Rachel Riley.
Rachel Riley. Just so you can...
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Some funny videos of her when she pulls the letters up and it just smells like anus. It's very funny.
Yeah. It's a great show though. Very funny and.
maybe the footy show or something like that would be good.
Oh yeah. Matty John's Sunday night or something would be good to be on. Yeah.
I'd like to be on Entourage.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Just-
You love that show,
I
don't
love
you?
that show.
Yeah.
But just to experience that life of, hanging around with a celebrity, just mooching off them,
Yeah.
driving Ferraris, hanging around with that agent who swears his
Yeah.
head off.
Yeah.
I'd love to be on that show. It'd be so much fun.
Yeah. You're probably the Simpsons. Are you?
I did think about that, and I was like, oh, say something. They'll go, Scoob, you can't do that. It's a cartoon.
They've had celebrities on the Simpsons. You could.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, Simpsons would be good. Seinfeld. No,
Seinfeld. Oh yeah. Yep.
I can't think of any others.
Ben, you got any?
None of the murder ones.
No, the first one.
True crime.
You know when you're watching a horror movie and you go, you can pick the order they're going to get killed in, and who's going to survive.
Sometimes
The guy
I'd
with the
love
red
to
suit
see.
on, yeah.
Sometimes I'd love to see Scott on some of those murder shows.
Nightmare on Elm Street. What's it? He jumps through the bed, the water bed, and he gets Johnny Depp. I think it was Johnny Depp's first movie, Nightmare on Elm Street Part 1.
Oh, right.
And he goes, how's this for a wet dream? Yes, all right.
That was great, the horror movies. I remember, I'm not sure if it was just every kid did this in their teen years or if it was just the actual era we were in. But going to a video store,
Yeah.
getting horror, like me and my friends just loved watching horror movies, like Child's
I
Play,
never got into them.
that sort of stuff. We just go down, rent them
Oh,
out.
Couldn't
yeah, I
even
was
handle
big on
watching,
horror
like, I
movies.
couldn't
Yeah.
watch the Saw movies and stuff.
Yeah.
I watched them because Tash loves them.
Yeah.
But she can't watch them alone, so
Yeah,
she needs
you
to
gotta be there, yeah.
Do you think it's funny? I won't try not to get on a big deep rant again, but
Oh, that'd be
like-
nice.
that it is acceptable by society. Like certain things are not acceptable by society. Like very, very tame things are not acceptable by
Like
society.
making a Trump comment
Something-
and a
stuff like
Tenacious
that.
D duo.
But what is acceptable? We can all go and talk about. We watch Game of Thrones where someone
Yeah.
got their head just like decapitated,
yeah.
shown, and then like the other like murder shows and like rape and stuff like that. We're allowed. No one's saying you're a sicko for watching that.
Yeah.
Like, everyone watches it, but it's
Yeah.
no one says that it's not right. But other things are not right.
Is Game of Thrones worth watching? Or...
Game of Thrones?
I quite liked it. I didn't finish it, but it's pretty good. Have you not watched it?
No, I've never
If
seen
you like
an
that
episode.
kind of
I don't
like that
I don't like that genre.
set in that time, like
Right.
the medieval sort of thing, like it's pretty good.
I struggled a bit with Squid Game. Like when they did the first one, what's the game called where they run and stop
Oh yeah,
and they're just picking them off?
yeah.
Like
Shooting
even
them.
that, I was just like,
Something like
this is a
that.
bit much for me.
How is that? How are we not judging people for watching that sort of stuff? We all do it.
But it's entertainment. It's not
know,
real
but
life.
it's not
but
real life.
It's some people's real life, so that's why it's... Yeah.
I know, but why are we entertained by that? Like
Because
murder,
we're sick pricks.
Yeah.
and why is no one questioning why it's so? Not,
Yeah.
and why is there this other standard where we can't?
Make
Talk-
a comment about it. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
the other standard is real life. This is fiction.
Yeah, but why are we
pretty
allowed
obvious.
to get off
It's a
on
pretty
it?
obvious
But there's
answer.
certain thing fiction you're not allowed to look at.
Like what?
Oh well, I won't even say it.
Oh, that's because it's illegal.
Why not say it?
No, there's illegal stuff that you're not allowed to have in fiction.
Well, there's illegal stuff like
Murdering's illegal.
yeah, murdering is
Watch
illegal.
a simulation of it on TV for entertainment.
I mean, it's not real though. Like there's
I
the crime shows that have terrible things that happen to children. And
Yeah, well,
stuff
that's
like
what I
that
was
too.
getting at. That
It's just real versus.
But why is
fiction,
that?
mate.
Why would that be sick for you to
Well,
watch
it's
something
real
like
versus
that?
I'm
But
not
it's
watching
not
it
si-
for enjoyment. I'm watching it
Okay.
for the solve.
But if you were watching, if you were watching a show, a fiction show about something to do with kids
Yeah.
in that space,
I wouldn't be watching it for the enjoyment of that thing.
But they
I'd
don't
be
really do
watching
that.
it-
They don't really do stuff like that, like kids.
No, that's
and-
right. But for that
Yeah,
reason.
because it's sick.
It
but
is
it's
sick.
just as sick to watch someone else get, like an adult get murdered and like everything else, sexual
Yeah,
assaulted.
you're
But
not
I don't call you
watching-
sick.
You're not
for it.
watching it for the fun of the murder. You're watching it for the storyline around
The
it.
So
mystery
why is,
and how
why
they
is the
catch them
line,
and-
the kids
yeah.
stuff? Why is that? And you would be sick.
That's
if-
what I'm saying.
This is a good segue into the next question, let me
the
tell you,
kid
but we
stuff
keep talking
is
about
still
it.
in like Law and Order. Like the
Okay.
terrible things that happen to kids still in that. But you're watching it for the solve, and you're watching it for the good stuff that happens around it.
Yeah, but they wouldn't be graphic about it.
You need the
No, they're not,
resolution.
but they're
You need
also-
that. You need it.
Yeah.
They're graphic about kids
Yeah.
dying in horror movies and shit too.
Yeah.
But you're not just going to watch remove the Law and Order, but you're not just going to watch a show for the fun of watching kids get executed. Like that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you're
Well,
on the dark web and watching some.
Yeah.
shit
That's the next
weird.
question. Have you ever been or searched the dark web?
No.
I don't
No?
know how.
Ben? No? Don't know how to do it?
I
I
don't
think
really
there's a
understand
browser
it.
or something.
Can someone,
There's certain browsers you have
can
to
someone
get.
explain it to me? I don't really understand what it is.
I
I
don't
work for a
know
web
much.
agency.
I think.
Yeah.
Do you know much? Because I think
How do you access it?
you need this browser. I can't remember what it's called.
Tor, I think it's called.
Talk.
Yeah.
We got that quickly.
T-O-R.
Yeah. So I don't actually know the technology. This is going to be really painful for the listeners because I'm just like trying to guess.
Yeah.
But
But you need a
I think
different
it's layered on the internet.
browser or something.
But I think you just need a browser. I guess it's
what's
encrypted
on
in a
there?
certain way, like just like drug stuff. Like
So why aren't the cops just all over it? If we all know how
I
to access
assume
it?
the
I think they
detectives
are.
and stuff are like in there posing undercover and
Yeah.
all that sort of stuff. But
Yeah.
they've probably got all their little
So-
communication protocols of Like the same with any organised crime. Like they're doing deals out in the real world, but the cops just try to get it one step. They're one step ahead of the cops, and
So my question is, if the internet exists and access to the dark web exists, then why are they independent? Like, why haven't they all become one? Because if the cops know, okay, the dark web exists, we're all talking about it, here's how you get access to it.
Yep.
We'll just go in there and get them all.
Well, they've got to go prove themselves because there will be pseudonyms and stuff. So
Yeah.
the cops in there, they'll start their own little pseudonyms and say, "Hey, I'm up for some drugs and some killing. How about you?"
Yeah.
And then
so-
and then they go, "Oh, that's a cop."
So my
I don't
point
know.
is, having the dark web,
I don't know.
isn't that just shining a light on, hey, cops, we're all in here.
Yeah. I think the issue is it's an encrypted version of the internet, so they can't.
They can't intercept, but
Intercept.
they can try to.
Still got to pick up the drugs.
But they've got to, like, yeah. At some point, they have
Yeah.
to turn that into real world, and they've
Yeah.
got to pose. I don't know. We don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
No
saw a documentary on a bit of it, and this lady was trying to kill her husband, and she was slowly poisoning him.
yeah.
But she was buying the stuff,
on the
like
dark web.
I think it was she ended up wanting a bacteria or something that you can catch in hospitals,
Okay.
but they had it, and she got it off the
Yeah.
dark web, and the FBI picked up on it, and then traced it to her and gave her the fake one, like delivered the fake one to her.
Oh, okay.
And then because the husband was kept going into the, I know it wasn't a husband, they were best friends. Sorry, 2 females.
So if she gives him that, it's less obvious than if she just feeds him rat poison or something.
Yeah, so it was like a staph infection or something that,
Yeah.
she kept going to hospital sick and passing out, and they're like, we can't figure out what's wrong with you.
Yeah.
But her friend, she was living with, her flatmate was giving her this stuff she's bought off the dark web.
Yeah.
And somewhere in the dark web, the FBI found it,
Yeah.
and then traced her and got her and put her away.
I guess the other thing is allocation of resources. Like, short start. Like, they've only got so many hours in the day they can dedicate to this sort of
that stuff as
thing.
well.
They've got to deal
Yeah.
with all the other stuff right on the coalface as
Yeah.
well.
Is there anything legitimate on the dark web?
Legitimate? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think they show
Wouldn't you feel like a pussy? Just being a
down-
legitimate
like
business
buying
person on
basketball
the dark
cards or
web.
something.
While you're watching a snuff film or something like that. Fucking hell. All right. Have you ever cheated on a test?
Yeah.
Yeah? And how did you do it?
What's the statute of limitations on this shit?
Was it high school?
No, it was uni.
You didn't finish that.
Hey,
didn't
I
finish
didn't finish that. There was a microeconomics exam I had where we did the exam, and then for some fucking reason, I don't know why. I don't know why I've just said the name of the university.
Doesn't
fine.
matter.
For some reason,
Doesn't
they
matter.
let you have a second crack at it. And
They want you to pass.
what happened was
They want the money.
the uni, they released the first exam to us so we could just learn it off by heart and then go
Practice
into the second
exam,
exam and just do it, and we got it.
Right.
We all aced it.
Yeah.
But there was another one where same university, which I wish I hadn't said the name, beat that out.
And now do you wish you hadn't have said same university?
This one's worse.
It's fine.
Could've said different
Me and another guy, let's call him Brad.
Brad J.
Brad J. That's too obvious.
Don't do it.
Oh, you
We were in a shoot just before this exam. The exam was the next day, and the teacher went to take a shit or something. And,
they say that?
and left the exam on his desk. And Brad quickly ran and grabbed it, bolted to
Shit.
the photocopier,
Fuck.
photocopied
That's
it,
ballsy.
brought it back, put it back on the desk,
Wow.
That is ballsy.
and we took the exam.
And aced it.
Yeah,
Did you
That's
get
so cool.
100% or did you get a few wrong ones?
I deliberately got a few wrong to make it look like, because they knew,
Even the one
they
that
knew
got cut
my
off by the photocopier.
Oh, you even got the one cut off. Is that the Simpsons?
Yeah.
I deliberately got some wrong just to keep it on brand with my dumb ass.
Yeah. Wow.
We're gonna have to beep out his name too. I'm not happy with
Oh
that. Being out
god, we
there.
were just talking about that the other day. What you're the one who makes him have to edit so much stuff out.
We don't give a shit.
Hey, I'm the one who's on the front line HR wise for your fucking company. So if you're not
That
happy
was
with
nothing
it,
to do with it. That BJ,
I'm also the only one who listens to the shit that Ben sends.
have I cheated on an exam? I don't know. I maybe remember something about maybe writing a couple of hints. Maybe I'm guessing. I think I don't know. Like a couple of hints on my hand.
Oh,
maybe.
yeah. Prompts.
I remember the open book test. So, well, you're allowed like one sheet of paper at uni. Where you can take your own, not open book, but you're allowed to take a sheet of notes. I just remember the time writing it so small because I wanted to fit as much
Everything
as possible.
in.
That was just way too hard to read. Like it was useless anyway.
Yeah, okay.
Because it was so fucking small, I couldn't find anything on the bloody sheet.
Yeah.
Me and my roommate got done for plagiarism in uni.
Same uni.
It was same uni. It was a group assignment, and we did the whole thing. But then the last assessment was you submitted independent written reports,
Yeah.
and we didn't read it properly, and we just did it together and submitted the same fucking thing. And the uni called us up and said, "Well, you've submitted the same fucking thing. You can this is plagiarism. You've copied off each other, so you can either take this to the plagiarism board, or you can have 0. What would you prefer?" We went, "Well, just give us 0. Fuck you, just give us 0. We just fucked it."
Yeah.
Benji, you
Never.
test? I don't think I did either. Oh, I think I don't know if it's really cheating, but my driving for my license, I never had any lessons beforehand because I used to drive in the speedway and out in the farms and that. But I think I just tapped the curve on not the 3-point turn, the reverse parallel park. So I just gave the instructor a he said you pass, so it's all right. So
I was about to say, I have not come out of this segment looking good. Then Leggie comes through and makes
not
and
true.
saves me.
A mate of mine failed passed his driving test,
yeah.
but he did the reverse park and then hit the car behind, smashed into it, smashed the headlights, and the instructor's like, "Fucking let's get out of here." they just bailed. got back and he gave him a pass, yeah.
He gave him a pass.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I was like, shit, let's go.
That's great.
I did my test in Mum's Chimera.
Nice.
Yeah. There you go. Had the lift up to the...
It lifts the
for
reverse.
Oh, I remember
Yeah.
that. You lift it up to get into reverse.
Yeah. How long do you think you would survive in a zombie apocalypse?
What the fuck is that question?
I think my daughter's come up with one of them.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, fucking watch yourself. Jesus. No, it was probably me. Because you've never watched horror... You don't watch horror movies, so you're...
No, I've watched a
few.
couple of them. The ones where there's a comedy aspect to it. What's that one by those guys?
Dusk
Shaun
Till
of
Dawn?
the Dead. Dusk Till
no.
Dawn.
Oh,
I've
no.
seen that.
Shaun of the Dead.
I've watched.
Yeah, that's
because
funny.
there's a comedy aspect to it.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
I don't know. Probably not long.
I don't really know what's in a zombie apocalypse.
Well, the
Where they come back to kill you.
yeah.
So all the dead people
You know how
come
to
out of
kill
the
a
ground and
zombie?
kill you.
You know how to kill a zombie? Oh, you're fucked. You got
What do you got to do?
Stake through the.
Something about light?
No, you got to
Stake through the crotch or something?
shoot him in the head.
Okay.
Yeah,
Shoot him.
cut
in
the head off, but then you got to damage the brain.
Okay.
You kill them at the brain. Yeah,
That
so
seems
it's pretty easy. So.
pretty. Sorry.
I'd be fine. I'd outlive them. I'd be fine. Just come with me.
I love when all those zombie shows, like, they're holed up in, like, a barn or something, like, because obviously the horde's coming to get them.
Yeah.
And they hold up, they got supplies, and then someone will hit, "What's that sound?" And then they'll go out. They go, "Oh, let's go investigate." Don't do that.
Yeah, that's right.
Go out and
Yeah, they go, "What's that noise out there?" "Probably a zombie." It's warm in here. Stay in here.
Yeah. All right, how we going? We done for time?
No, we can have another one.
Couple more?
Yep.
All right. I can't even read that thing. What's something you can't go a day without doing?
What are you laughing at?
I don't know.
Oh,
where this is headed.
Are you a wanker day? Are you?
I heard something very funny the other day. It was something along the lines of a male should ejaculate 21 times in a month for the best chance of avoiding prostate
cancer.
cancer.
Oh, yeah.
And then I heard someone say, "Oh, I'm already covered for August."
And it wasn't even August yet.
Exactly. Yeah. Scott Maynard.
One day.
Something you can't go a day without. Is that what the question was?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
I I love coffee. Like
Oh, yep.
it's. I have had days where I don't have a coffee, but I just love it.
Yeah.
Like it's when you wake up in the morning and you remember that you're a coffee addict.
Yeah.
It's so good. You wake up in the morning, and you're like,
Life.
"That's right, I can have coffee."
Yeah.
You know what it's like? It's like being addicted to alcohol, but in the morning. It's bookending your addictions. Just bookend them. Coffee in the morning, beer in the afternoon.
Yep.
I don't know. I think maybe I like a sweet treat.
Oh, do you?
I like a
Like,
bit of chocolate or a lolly or something like that.
yeah. You look stoned, have you?
You're right.
Look at your eyes.
Peace out, man.
What's happened here?
Fine.
It's weed. You can't go a day without weed.
I have not. I do not.
Benji, you got anything?
I'm going back to last week. The shower.
Shower?
Yeah, got to
Very good. Yeah.
minimum one a day. Got
Yep.
to do it.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm down with that. Okay.
What
Last
about you?
question. Oh, yeah. Shower. I'd say shower. I'll come and shower.
Okay,
Yeah,
just
I'll
piggyback his answer. That's fine.
Oh, jeez. Oh, fucking hell.
What about a guitar? Can you go a day without picking up a guitar?
I think I have recently. I was kind of overplaying, if that makes sense.
when are you
'cause
doing a song a week? Or
a day,
something? A song
a day, but then I was starting to forget
all the
my
shit,
own
yeah.
songs.
Oh, one in, one out.
Yeah, it was kind of that thing. Yeah, it was, yeah, that kind of way. So I was like, this one's for Ben and Jigs.
Perfect.
So it's about Scott.
Not
and
well,
being
sort of.
employed by Scott.
Does your job make you happy?
After you, Ben.
Yeah, I love my job. It's great.
You fucking brown noser. Thank you very much.
Correct answer. Look, we work in a good place. I think all work is at some point shithouse.
I think,
Yeah.
But
I
we're doing
think
pretty good.
sometimes the work feels overwhelming and big, and it stops you from forgetting the good stuff. And the good stuff, the good stuff is good.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
we do a 4-day week. I play golf most Wednesday mornings.
Yeah.
There's not many people that can say that they do that.
Plus, you'd
And-
have like Office Olympics and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah, we have the culture stuff, but even outside of that, you know, when you've got to have a phone call with Scoot or Ben or stablemate KP during the day, the first few minutes is always a bit of banter, and it's your mates. It's your mates.
Yeah, yeah.
So
That's a good
you
thing.
forget when
Yeah.
the stuff gets big and stressful, you forget how good it really is.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, that's lovely. Do you want to cuddle, you two? You want to...
I don't want to touch him. He's a fuckhead. It doesn't take, like, some of the phone calls are fucked. Like, I'm on with him today. I wanted to fucking tear his head off.
No, but you've created a very good business, and you should be proud of that. So that's very good. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're all just a bit worn out.
Are you at the moment?
We're old and
need
jaded.
need a
It
road
never
trip.
stops.
We are old and jaded, and we've got the new generation coming through,
Yeah.
and they're keeping us in check, and they're keeping us on our toes. But that's been a really challenging thing, is being open to a new generation of people that do things a different way and they think differently. Especially Ben and I make the joke all the time. We're old and jaded, like,
Yeah.
but we've thankfully got some good young people coming through as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I have one person at work, and I tell her all the time that she's my retirement plan.
Okay.
And I keep telling her I need her to get really good, really fast, so I can retire early.
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah.
No pressure.
I think that I'm getting to that same point where I'm thinking I might have to get off the tools soon.
Yeah.
It could be only a couple of years, maybe even less, because I'm supposed to have that hernia operation. What's that? 3 years ago. I still haven't had it done, and
Yeah.
the body's just telling you to
Yep.
just slow down a bit. But I still enjoy it. I enjoy the finished product.
Yeah.
You know,
you
that you
enjoy
can say,
the thinking part of it though, like
As well, yeah.
calculating it and
Yeah.
working that out.
And my body enjoys the hard labour stuff because it must be what I've been made for. But it's eventually it's getting to the point where I've got to go. Oh, hang on a minute, go and become a desk.
Yeah.
Anytime
I've
I've done a day or two with you, I enjoy the thinking at the start, the actual hard labour, and the finished product.
Yeah.
I think with your line of work, the worst part is when you hit something that's just bullshit.
Yeah.
Like when we joke about those 18 holes with those 18 tree roots. When there's just something that gets in the way of something being straightforward.
Yeah.
That's what's the most brutal thing.
Yeah. I think I heard something the other day. It's a bit like life. You know, your work life is similar to life where 10 to 20% of life is bad luck, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of out of your control.
Yeah.
10 to 20% of your life is good luck.
Yeah.
But what's in between is all your decisions and choices that you make that you can make your life better or worse with that. So the luck stuff you can't really control, but the stuff in the middle you can.
But the bad stuff, like when you overcome it, like overcoming adversity is more rewarding than if you didn't have to overcome it in the first place.
That's right,
So,
yeah.
Like, why do people go climb mountains?
Yeah,
Like, it's
exactly.
fucked. Climbing a mountain is shit.
Yeah, yeah. I've done the Kokoda Trail. It's fucking hard. Yeah.
But, like, it's worth the reward, yeah, so...
Yeah. No, all right. On that note, we'll finish up and see you guys for episode 43. We're getting close to that 50 mark where we're going to have a massive party
We'll
here.
start organising that after episode 49.
Yep. So any stablemates out there want to be part of it or anything, get in touch and we're going to...
Like Scott said, we're going to have a screening process.
Did I say that?
Yeah, you did.
And nude cavity searches on the way in as well. So I'll do that with Ben. All right. Thank you very much and good much. We'll see you again soon.
Fucking horse.